Hey guys, I'm going to talk about Screencastify a little bit and talk about your upcoming presentation that you're going to do for class for your outside reading project. Screencastify is really easy to use. That's what I'm using right now. You can actually see me and you can see my screen at the same time, which is why I want you to use it. What you're going to do is you're going to go over to your waffle right here. Okay. You're going to scroll all the way down. Sorry, my screen is right there, but you're going to scroll all the way down where it says like add-on extensions. You're going to pop this on and you're going to type in Screencastify. Okay. You're going to install it and it is actually going to walk you through and show you how to read it or show you how to use it. Sorry. Show you how to use it. It's a cut and splice editing tool. So you can be able to edit your presentation the way you want to edit it. So you don't have to keep restarting, videoing yourself, recording yourself every time. I would like if you put yourself in the little box right here when you present. That way I can see you. Some of you haven't seen all semester. Some of you I have seen. Some of you haven't come to any of the Google Meets, which that's your decision. That's your choice. So yeah. Anyway, I want you to use this to present. Now, I'm going to go to your presentation requirements. Your large outside reading project is due the 19th. There is a lot for each book. So what I want you to do for your actual presentation is make a mini Google slideshow. So you can pull from your larger Google slideshow to this mini Google slideshow. It only has to be 5 to 8 minutes long, your presentation. You will find yourself talking a lot more and it'll be more than 8 minutes if you're not careful. And I would like it to stay under 8 minutes. If you go a little bit over, I'm fine. But if you go to like 12, 13 minutes, no. You're going to have to limit your time. When you get into college, if you have to make presentations in class, the professor will cut you off. They say, 7 to 8 minutes, you need to stop. Once you are at 8 minutes, they'll be like, all right, I'm done. If you haven't got to the meat of your presentation, they're just going to grade you on what you've done so far. So imposing time limits is important, okay? So since you're not going to be presenting everything to do with your book, I want you to focus on 2, maybe 3 items from these lists. And you can also maybe even pull some other ideas. And I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So maybe you want to talk about some quote analysis and tell how certain quotes, certain things that characters said, that characters say in the book are important. Foreshadowing, how, quotes may tell us what's going to happen later on. Just explain the quotes. Now, that might get you in some problems because then you haven't explained the plot of the story enough to actually know. What I would do, my suggestion is I would focus on themes and talk about how the author portrayed the themes in their works and how successful they were portraying the themes. You can talk about how symbolism was used. That would be one that I think would be easy to focus on without giving too much of the plot away. Point of view choice would be really easy. Why did the author choose to write it in first person versus omniscient or third person? So why did that viewpoint affect the story? You can talk about that. You could talk about character interactions, character development. How did the main character develop throughout the book? How did the situation that the character was put in make them stronger or make them weaker? When did you start seeing the flaws in the character? You could talk about your favorite character in the book. And sometimes it's not the protagonist. Sometimes it's the best friend that's the favorite character. So focus on 2, maybe 3 items. I would think two would be plenty if you really get down and you really start explaining. So I'm not saying to have a certain amount of slides. I would definitely do a title slide, include the title of the book, the author, maybe the date of publication, that kind of thing. And then I would focus on just talk about themes and then talk about characters. Um, please don't read from the slides. That's not a presentation. Use the slide as a reference point or as a guide. You can put pictures of things that may remind you, especially like symbols or themes. It doesn't even have to be something directly from the book. You're not going to find pictures, if they're not made in the movies. So you're going to have to figure out what pictures to put in just to trigger your memory when you talk. Okay. I want you to do more of a reference guide than a PowerPoint. Okay. I don't want you reading off your PowerPoint. Guess what? I can read. I know it's a surprise. Your classmates can read. So those of you who are, because I do have some people that are presenting in person, your classmates can read. So we don't need you to read off of your slide. Just need you to get up and talk about your book that you picked. Here's the other thing. I am sure, and I'm going to go on and call out people. I'm not going to call you out by names, but I am 100% sure that not everybody read their 3 books. I don't want excuses because I'm not here for it. I know it's remote year. I get it. It's been hard on everybody. But we did probably half of the work in class that I usually get to in junior English. I usually have a poetry unit that's a couple weeks long. We usually get to Mice and Men that take us 2.5, 3 weeks to read. And then we do a film analysis on Of Mice and Men. So I usually give no class time for outside reading. I've taught junior English more than I've taught any other English. Yes, I teach history too, but I've taught English more than I've taught history. And most of the time it's been junior English. So my suggestion is not to lie. Take the L. It is what it is. Hopefully you've at least read 1 book so you can get this presentation out of the way, and that will give you a decent grade. But it is what it is. They have to be turned in by the 19th. I have to have time to look through them. I have 18 of you, so I have to have time to look through and grade them. And also, the 19th is the hard deadline for work to be turned in. So, it is what it is. We have exams the 20th and 21st. Your exam for this class will be the 21st. I know most of you do not have to take the exam, but just like I did for history, and most of you had me for history, I'm giving you the option of taking the exam, and if it helps your grade, then I will count it. If it doesn't help your grade, then I won't count it. We were told that was fine to offer it, and I am. So it shouldn't take you more than an hour to do. It will involve reading and a couple multiple choice questions, and then 1 or 2 short writing, 8 sentences max, because I want to see what you can write and get your point across in 8 sentences. I want short, concise writing. So that is on the table. If you've missed quizzes, if you have flaked out and you didn't do well on this project, that is a way to get your grade up. Okay? So just know that it will be open on the 21st. It will not be open, remote kids. I will open it first thing, but most likely I will put a time limit on it. I don't know how I'm going to do that, but somehow I'll put some kind of time limit on it. And because it's only fair for kids that are actually in class that you guys have a time limit too. And it'll only be open during those times. So if you are remote and you're working, you need to make sure that you have the 20th and 21st off. that you don't have plans, that you're able to get on and get your exams done. I know that some of you are coming in for CTE exams and you need to be there. They have changed the schedule. So what it is first and fourth period exams are on Thursday. So no matter if you've got a CTE exam or if you got a teacher-made exam, first and fourth are on the 20th. Second and fifth are on the 21st. So your exam for this class is on the 21st in the morning. Okay? So please make sure that you are not working and that you have time to take these exams the 20th and 21st. Okay? So your Gatsby project, I did have the due dates for everything. I posted them on Tuesday. Next Monday, you have a quiz on 7 through 9. Your packet for 7 through 9 is due at 11:59. I'm sure that a lot of you will get that done. I'm going to go on and put that up tomorrow for turn-in. Your Gatsby project is due the 13th. The whole thing is if you have your packet done on the 10th and you get it done over the weekend, and you can go on and turn it in, then you'll have the rest of that time after your quiz, because your quiz will take, 10 minutes? You'll have the rest of the time to work on your project with your people, okay? So you also have, I did give you the 11th and 13th to work on your Gatsby project in class. So if you are remote, please make sure that you're available during that time to work with your partners, to work with your group. This is something, when you signed up for remote, you agreed to be available during class time. I mean, that's part of being able, signing up remote. All right. You agreed that if we had Google Meets that you'd be able to come. You've agreed to, when we have, group work, you'd be able to come. That's on you. That was part of the whole, signing up for remote. All right. The 16th, the rest of the Gatsby packet will be due. There's back parts of the Gatsby packet. You will have, this day in class to work on it. I was going to make it due the 14th, but I'm not going to grade it over the weekend. So I gave you until the 16th. All right. So it'll be open on the 14th to turn in, but you have until the 16th. If I'm not grading over the weekend, I'm not going to make you turn it in. I'm going to give you some extra time. All right. So in-person presentations on the 18th, on that Tuesday. So I will have some people in class doing in-person presentations. On the 17th, I have given you that day to work on your outside reading project to fix anything. If you wanted to make your mini slide presentation that day, that would be awesome. Giving the kids in class time to practice so they'll be able to practice. Okay. So the 19th, your outside reading project is due along with the presentation if you're not in class. So your Screencastify is due along with the presentation. I'll put 2 assignments up, one for your presentation link and one for your presentation. You'll have to share it with me for your side. You'll have to share. And what you'll do with your Screencastify is you'll make it public and you'll share it on YouTube, and you'll just give me your YouTube link. All right. So 21st is exam. I even said even if you don't have to take it, you have the option. All right. So if you've got any questions, you can message me on here. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. If you've got any questions on your project, since the 10th, you'll be either working on your group project or your packet. Get those together. And if you want to have a quick Google Meet with me on the 10th, you can. I'll open the Google Meet up. But yeah, some of you have not communicated with me at all this whole semester, and it is extremely frustrating. So the ball is in y'all's court. It has been the whole time. So I hope that helps. Please download Screencastify to your Chromebook or through your extension. And yeah, look at that if you're remote or if you need to record your presentation. All right. I will talk to y'all later. Remember, if you have any questions, just send me an email through Canvas. Have a good day. Bye-bye.